Atlantis Transit, or the NAT. It provides free transportation throughout the city. We can take it directly to the Mast District. Captain, Constellation will be waiting for you at the lodge. Here we are, the lodge. The front door should unlock if you hold up the watch that Barrett gave you. I have messaged the other members of Constellation. They will be waiting for us inside. Captain, everyone will be in the library, just inside. If Barrett were here, he'd probably tell you that part of something bigger now, and he hopes you'll make this place your home.
No, please. Ridiculous. Easiest bet I'll ever win. You really think what I'm suggesting is so outlandish? All the up in the stars, and what I'm saying is the most impossible theory?
You two.
We appear to have a visitor.
Welcome to Constellation. We have a lot to talk about. Would you care to tell us what happened to our friend? Why you're here and he isn't? I see. Vasco, verify.
All statements made have been factual.
This is just typical. Barrett hands over our ship and our robot to some random employee of that discount mining outfit he uses.
Walter.
And if we hadn't insisted on installing those emergency protocols, I guarantee you this rock breaker here would be halfway to Neon.
But that didn't happen. She's here, with the artifact.
Thank you, Matteo. Now, let's focus on what's in front of us, shall we? What happened when it was extracted? Did anyone see anything? Hear anything? Interesting. Similar to Barrett's description of the experience, with less embellishment.
There. Are you hearing this? Do you all believe me now?
Whether it happened or not wasn't in doubt. But honestly, Country, if you expect us to believe in fairy tales...
If this is the greatest mystery in the universe, why couldn't it be part of the ultimate mystery?
But, gentlemen, can we please focus? Noel, I think it's time we tested your theory.
Right. Let's see. We know the artifacts react to each other. The pieces we already have move when they're in close contact. Now, if we add this new one to the two we already have...
The artifact. If you could place it on the table here.
That's it. Just like the others.
And to imagine, we thought there were only 2 of them at first.
Oh my god, that's it. They're reacting. Look at how it's coming together. That energy that's arcing between them, no manufactured material in the settled systems can do that. None of them. This proves
Easy, girl. Breathe. You'll have a heart attack.
She's not the only one. If they're coming together, that means there's a set.
built by an intelligence outside the settled systems.
Still 2,000 credits for our little wager, Patrick?
You're on, Walter.
Well, if we had all the answers, it wouldn't be exciting, now would it?
Not to take away from the moment, but what are we going to do about our new friend here?
So, are you ready to get to work? See if exploration is the life you want to lead in this little universe of ours? We're all here because we're committed to exploring space. Humanity may have settled the stars, but that doesn't mean we should stop diving into the unknown. Beyond that, you'll be expected to use your own judgment, just like the rest of us. Individually, they're just odd hunks of metal, another oddity from the uncharted reaches of space. As to what they are, what they're building, well, you'll be part of solving that puzzle now. You should take some time to get settled in. Introduce yourself to everyone. Some of our members aren't here, but you'll meet them soon. Come find me when you're ready. You and I are going to be doing some traveling together. Get your feet wet. And here, I think you've earned something for bringing the artifact to us. In addition to credits, why don't we set you up with a backpack with some boost capability? You'll need it out in the field anyway. Just mind your head.
I know everyone's excited by the artifacts, but we need to be as objective as possible and be aware of possible negative effects.
I'm listening. So, are you ready to get to work? Or was there something else? We're going to be doing some old-fashioned detective work. The artifacts are relatively inert once they're out of bedrock. That means people can pass them around, not even knowing what they are. I've been letting my contacts know to be on the lookout for strange metal objects. Get back a lot of noise, usually, but a tip from the UC Vanguard sounds promising. A volunteer force that helps defend the edges of United Colonies space. They're always looking for recruits. Lots of retired veterans and dangerous professionals mixed in with part-timers who barely have a laser cannon welded to a hull. My contact is in the recruiting office, so he hears a lot about what the volunteers are up to. We have to assume that we're not the only ones to have stumbled into this mystery. But most people aren't going into space looking for the unknown. They're looking for places to settle, resources to extract, territory to defend. An odd-looking rock or a single strange hunk of metal wouldn't mean much to them. That's why Constellation exists, in a way, to put pieces like this together. Jumping to anthropology on me already? Oh, well, good. We all need our own reasons to be out there. But it's not just that. I want to take this opportunity to see how you handle yourself, and for you to learn more about us. I'm going to be sticking with you for this. We'll be traveling together until we either find an artifact or this lead runs dry. You mean besides the ship, the robot, and a place to stay all rent-free? We do have some funds we can disperse from time to time. Not to mention, I think we can get you a proper suit. We're explorers. We keep a lot of equipment on hand for that purpose. So the more you work with us, the more we can share what we have. Go ahead. Just don't take too long or my contact's information might go bad.
Of course. I'm just a walking bank account, aren't I?
Nonsense, Walter. Your sparkling personality is why we love you. The credits are just a bonus.
I hope you are satisfied with the quarters available to you. Captain, now that you are a member of Constellation, I am at your service. No additional protocols necessary. Also, given the likelihood that you will be out in unsettled space, it might be beneficial to go over exploration outpost development, in case you ever need to build a base for field research. The exploration of an unknown planet can be a major undertaking. By building an outpost, you will be able to construct scanning equipment, resource extractors, and defenses. It is even possible to set up multiple outposts capable of manufacturing, allowing you to build advanced equipment. The scan booster is the most obvious, as it will enable you to detect landmarks and other points of interest from further away. Beyond that, extractors will allow you to collect raw materials of various types, while fabricators enable the manufacturing. A particularly prosperous outpost may even warrant the construction of cargo links, allowing you to share resources between other outposts you have built. The blueprints you need to construct an outpost should already be on your watch. It will automatically connect to any available materials for construction in your ship's cargo. I arrived along with many material goods purchased by the group's previous chair, Malcolm Livingstone. Despite several significant system replacements and upgrades, I have been online for 43 years. Captain, I will proceed to my assigned post.
Lately, I find myself spending more and more time here. Business has appealed to me, but this is exciting.
Walter, I hope I'm not overstepping here, but you don't seem to spend much.
I've occasionally had my doubts about Constellation as an investment.
That was intense, wasn't it? The artifacts, I mean.
It's clearly
Sorry,
money well
this
spent.
must all be a little overwhelming for you right now. I guess a lot overwhelming, now that I think about it. I'm Noelle. It's really nice to meet you. And thank you for bringing the artifact to us. Planning on sticking around then? Good. I think we can find a spot for you. And along the way, I can give you the very abbreviated tour. Right. So you've seen the library, obviously. Walter is quite proud of the collection, but Mateo has made more than a few contributions. Gardens are out the doors there, if you need a moment of quiet contemplation. Emphasis on the quiet part, at least usually. Let's head upstairs. Sebastian Banks, Constellation's founder, had this place built decades ago. It was a big to-do at the time, but most people in the city have forgotten we're here. So this is the bar. Usually no tender, so help yourself, within reason, of course. Now let's see about that room. You're in luck. We were almost at max occupancy already, but there's still one room up for grabs. It's been nice having the place so full. Okay, this'll be you. Common room on one side, so that'll be quiet, and Mateo on the other side, so maybe a little less. I'm sure Sarah has something planned for each of us, so I'd better get back to it. Don't want to keep her waiting too long. Enjoy! As much as I love uncovering new questions, I wouldn't mind a few answers now and then.
I'm sorry, I really can't afford to be distracted. I need to get to the bottom of this. I am not staring, I am analyzing. This is important xenobiological work. I work for the scientific division of MAST. I've been studying this tree for quite some time, and it appears to be exhibiting some worrying signs. Are you familiar with this particular specimen? Do you understand its importance? Look, I have a lot of work to do here. If you're just going to gawk, I'd ask that you move on. If you can actually assist me, however, I would appreciate it. I don't normally solicit help from random passersby, but it seems an exception is necessary. Would you be willing to retrieve some additional data for me? A mercenary, huh? Well, I'm sure we can work something out. So, are you on board? Well, thank you. That's unexpected. There's a series of biosensors I've placed in various locations around New Atlantis, all calibrated to gather pertinent information. They've been running for long enough that I think it's time to collect and analyze their findings. If you would bring them to me, that would save time.
When's the report due anyway?
I have no idea.
Sergeant Yumi's looking for reliable people to help the guard. Contact him if you're interested. We'd all appreciate it.
We're taking it on.
Your poise, your stature, Are you looking for eggs too? I've only found one so far, but I want to find more before anyone else does. So if you see some, can you tell me? Yeah, it was. Weird, right? Miss Seng over at UC Distribution bought the one I found, and she said she might buy more if I can find them. I could really use the credits.
Do you think I could pull off that look? With the scarf and the bangs and everything? I don't know.
Keep it moving.
As you can see, traffic is good. Rations? Rifle?
I'm pleased to report that our stocks are currently being maintained at 90% or higher. I'm sure we have anything you might need. Welcome to UC Distribution. Now, before you say a word, I am required to inform you that formal complaints cannot be filed until the customer feedback system is back online. I have been told it'll be up and running in 2 weeks, but you know how these things are. I am sorry for any potential inconvenience. Also, if you're here about a corporate account, I've been assured that deliveries will be back on schedule soon. Who, Jordan? That kid's in here every other day with some random thing he found. Trying to get credits. Yeah, I took pity on him. Why, what is it? Oh, really? Well, you can have it back for what I paid for it, plus a little extra. Let's call it a convenience fee, shall we? I could, but I did pay for it. I'd like to recover my losses. And it's all the way in the back room. I'd have to walk back there, then back out here. You did say this was important after all. Honestly, it's probably worth way more than what we're talking about. Pleasure doing business with you. You mean besides providing a pleasant face for customers to interact with? It's all in the name. We distribute materials and products all around the United Colonies. Never a dull moment. Always something going on, and 4 other things we need to be ready for. I know some people don't believe it, but we really do the best we can. Wouldn't still be working here if I didn't care. I hope we have what you need. Right. Come back if you need something else.
Hi.
I don't mean to be pushy, but I really do need those sensors, and quickly.
So you do. Wonderful. I'll just take these, and we'll see what they have to tell us. All right, we'll just upload the data. Give it a moment. And Just another moment. It is working, isn't it? Ah, there it is. Relief. Now, let's see. This is... well, it's... oh my. Well, there's good news and bad news. The good news is that my suspicions were correct. There is something wrong with the tree. I will report my findings to MAST immediately with no small amount of satisfaction. The phrase, "I told you so," may even be uttered more than once. Well, from a certain point of view. In an, admittedly, somewhat selfish manner. The bad news, as it were, is that the internal composition of the tree is changing. In this particular case, the tree is now regularly emitting ultra-low frequency sound waves. They're nearly imperceptible now, but they're growing in strength. This is something we've never observed before. Depending on how large these waves grow, consequences for the city could be disastrous. I must consult with my colleagues in MAST at once. Thank you for your assistance. I hope these credits are adequate compensation.
Well, hello. You hear about the job by any chance? The officer over there can help you with any bounty issues. Part-time security officer. The position's very flexible. You can basically work whenever you're available. No pressure. We've had some gaps in the schedule lately. Macy's out on maternity leave, Jose's on loan to Sidonia. When it rains, it pours type of situation. So really, we just need someone to fill the void. Interested? Well, first things first, I have to ask. It sure counts for something. I mean, you're alive. And resilience is definitely an important trait for any officer. Well, I think I've heard all I need. Your first assignment couldn't be easier. Go to MAST and check in with Agent Plato at Aegis. There was a package left at a dead drop, and they need UC security to handle it. He'll fill you in on the... Basically, UC intelligence. They help identify threats to New Atlantis before they become problems. While we're separate departments, there are times we need to rely on each other, so it's important to keep a good working relationship. We do Agent Plato this favor, and maybe he'll toss us some intel when an investigation's stalled. You know how it works. You know, MAST, the Military, Administrative, and Scientific Triumvirate. Giant building in the center of the city? Headquarters of the entire United Colonies? I really should have given you a more thorough interview. Well, just because you're bringing it here doesn't mean that's where it'll end up. As for why, you can ask Aegis. As far as I'm concerned, it's none of my business. Let me know if you have any questions.
To borrow your ship this weekend. Is that okay?
The well's been having brownouts all the time. Mass finally sent someone down there, but nothing's changed.
Welcome to Mast. If you have an appointment, you may proceed inside.
The security, I'm afraid I'm not at liberty to discuss the details of my division's work. Ah, right. You're Sergeant Yumi's recruit. You're taller than I expected. Oh, it wasn't a compliment. Just an observation. In any case, let me fill you in. We have a dead drop that we think has been compromised. So I'd like someone from UC Security to handle the pickup instead. Take the package back to Sergeant Yumi, and he'll check it in as evidence before it gets routed back to Aegis. Take the NAT to the spaceport. There should be a Galbank ATM right next to the station. The package is taped under one of the benches. Grab it and deliver it to Sergeant Yumi, and the job's done. Good luck with the mission.
Only those on official United Colonies business can access the building.
How's the investigation going? Nicely done. It's really hard to find good help these days. That being said, my luck seems to be turning around. We've gotten a lot of new personnel as of late, not just you. Who knew all I had to do was put up a sign? Well, we're going to have to file paperwork first, get you in the system. Don't worry, I'm kidding. But you should have seen your face when I said it. Anyway, here's your payment. And if I have any more work for you, I'll let you know.
Sergeant Yumi was looking for.
There are always about a million things to do, and I'm only one person. It's so overwhelming. Hey! Oh, you're not Carl. Sorry, I shouldn't assume. Maybe you go by Carl. You're just not the Carl I was waiting for. We're supposed to be investigating a power drain down here. People have been reporting brownouts for a while, and Mass finally decided to follow up on it. I can't be in two places at once, and Carl isn't here. So I'm just trying to look inconspicuous. We're trying to isolate a power drain, which looks like it's the result of a large amount of power being rerouted through various subsystems. But it's kind of a two-person job. Someone needs to find the junction boxes associated with those subsystems and power them down. The other person needs to monitor the system remotely. It's pretty simple, really, and relatively safe. Only a small chance of electrocution. Co-worker of mine on this assignment with me. Clearly not taking it seriously. Not really surprising. Most folks are fine with ignoring what goes on down here. Well, since you're here and Carl isn't, and I really want to get this solved, I will take you up on that. What I need isn't very technical. I can talk you through it remotely. I'm gonna head to the monitoring station. The first box we're looking for is over near UC Surplus. You know, Antonio's place. I can contact you once you get there.
Everyone's welcome, so long as you keep your hands to yourself. Understand? No causing trouble in here.
Always nice to see a fresh face around here. You stop in whenever you'd like.
No shortage of hungry mouths to feed around here. Mom, that's Kay, gets all the credit. Started making sure people felt welcome back when I was just a kid. She had one rule: no causing trouble. Everyone about. After a few years of feeding so many mouths, we needed extra credits. If folks are willing to pay a little to have some place to feel safe and get a decent.
Hey, can you hear me? I think this is working. I only have a general view of things, but you should be near the first junction box. Look for it mounted on the wall. When you find it, open it up and flip the big switch. That's it. Great job. So that tripped the secondary breaker, and that goes to... Oh wow, really? They wired it like that? Jeez, okay. Okay, got it. Next one is way down past Jake's, and maybe up a story or two? It's a bit of a hike. Sorry.
Something to report.
That's just not the way to handle a situation like that.
All right, you should be near the next junction box. This section isn't used very much these days, so it may be a little harder to see. That's the one. Next one's not too far. Dead end, right down from Jake's. Right under that apartment they've been trying to sell. Good luck with that, right? those squatters never cleared out, I would suggest avoiding eye contact. It should be fine. Another switch flipped, another lead to follow, and the lights in here just flickered too. The wiring is worse than I thought. I'm going to work on fixing that little issue while you find the next junction box. Looks like it's over near the Trade Authority. Okay, just find that and, maybe don't talk to anyone about it just yet. Okay, the final box I need you to deal with should be right around there. Unfortunately, I just realized you're in for a real tangle of cabling. Like 200 years of field attempts to rewire things. I tried to fix it 3 years back, and was crying by the second day. Gave up on the third. Anyway, there should be a series of secondary breakers you need to deal with before you can access the junction box. I don't remember the order, but flip levers until all those circuits are powered down. You got it. Really well done. You saved me like a week of work. Why didn't you meet me at the monitoring station, near where we met? Did I say thank you? Because thank you. There's no way I could have done that in a reasonable amount of time all by myself. Well, not everyone would be, and I appreciate it. Thanks to your help, I was able to trace the power drain. I know where it's coming from. Unfortunately, the source is exactly where I was afraid it was. The Trade Authority. So that's something that I'll need to deal with. That'll be fun. If you want to tag along, I certainly wouldn't complain, but if not, then this is where we part ways. So thanks to you, we've got evidence that the Trade Authority is behind the power drain being reported down here. I don't know if you ever dealt with the Trade Authority, but Zoe is intimidating. I have to go in there, but I really don't want to. You think you'd be willing to go with me? Just make sure this doesn't go badly? I don't know. I feel like I'm the one who's going to wind up in trouble. Zoe's got a way of twisting things. Thanks. That means a lot. I can do the talking, I think. Just be ready for, well, anything.
Says you have a military background. Well, don't embarrass your old outfit. Stay out of trouble.
Delightful. You'll have to remind me of your name, dear. I'm afraid I can't keep track of all you little worker drones.
I'm Luisa Reyes. Well, you know that, because I've been in here 3 times.
Yes, of course you are. And what was it you were accusing me of with absolutely no evidence?
The power drain is coming from your building, Zoe. You and I both know it, and now I can prove it.
I'm sorry, what?
We traced the drain, checked the grid. It led us here. You can't talk your way out of this.
I'm going to ask you to wait here a moment. I'll be right back.
Okay, just be ready for anything. I don't know if she's going to come out of there with a gun or call in mercenaries or what. I don't want this to turn out violent if we can avoid it, okay? That's dramatic, but reassuring, I guess.
For not taking this matter more seriously. I assure you, I will eagerly assist in getting to the bottom of this.
No, you're not weaseling out of this. We got to the bottom of it. You are the bottom.
I appreciate your enthusiasm for your work, but I do a little more research before casting aspersions. Hey, someone has indeed been using this location through which to route electrical power. It is not the Trade Authority. I've had my suspicions for a while, and have been keeping detailed notes, which I'm happy to share with you. For now, though, what do we do next?
Wait, what?
Oh, for heaven's sake. I presume you've been assisting Miss Reyes in tracking down this little problem. Well, clearly there's more work to be done. Why don't you continue the work you've been doing with an assurance that the Trade Authority will compensate you for your time? I'll coordinate things here with Miss Reyes. With Mast's access to the grid, we'll find out who did this soon enough. And why. Presumably, you're the one who's been doing the field work, so I believe you'll find there's another junction box out there in the well that needs your attention.
Okay, well, this is not how I saw this going. For the moment, let's assume this is all legitimate. I can sort out the details with Zoe. So why don't you go investigate the next junction box?
Hello. Pardon.
Maybe Zoe really is telling the truth.
Signed up for a test pilot program just then.
I'm not supposed to talk to strangers.
I have nothing to give you.
Nice to meet you.
Just one beer for your best bud, yeah?
Yes.
What do you want? I'm very busy, as you can tell. Are you kidding? Take a look around. You're in the most... Only good thing down here is Kay's house. Best cooking in the settled system. But I can't even go there anymore because Kay banned me for bad behavior. Why do you want to know? Oh yeah? Maybe I'll hide my... That is, unless you're with security. In which case, I wasn't threatening you. That was just a joke. No, I'm actually a very... Hey, beat it! Hello?
suspicious activity. Is that clear?
And Zoe's here too, if you hadn't guessed. We've agreed to work together on this. Once you throw the switch, we can direct you to the next junction box. That's it, thanks. Let's just take a look here. Okay, you're going to want to head for box 45A. It should be near Apex Electronics.
You can't possibly be serious. Are you looking at the same diagram I am? 47B is obviously the next one. It's on the same level.
Zoe, I know how to read. Ignore her. Head for box 45A, okay?
From time to time. Not very often these days. But that's fine.
We're doing the best we can here. That's all we can ever do. Okay, what seems to be the problem? Good lord. How'd you even make it in here? Don't worry, I'm good with stitches. All fixed up best as you can be. Funny story about that. You know, when people first arrived on Jemison, they dismantled the colony ship and used the park. Over time, they built out. The walls and the ceiling have changed, but this place still...
Miss Reyes is still collecting the necessary diagrams and blueprints to accurately assess the situation. Before she returns, I'm going to make you an offer. Whatever you find at the end of this path, you bring it to me first. I'll be certain that Mast gets what it needs. But I trade in valuable information. I suspect you're going to find some. I guarantee you the Trade Authority will pay well. Consider that as you head towards the residential district. We can't pinpoint the source yet, but it's somewhere over there.
I think I got them,
So I dusted last spacious shit, but then I realized, like, takes one.
Life in New Atlantis moves pretty fast. I do my best to keep up.
Well, that's unexpected. Powering down that junction doesn't show any other connections.
Clearly, the source must be inside that residential tower.
Yeah, that would make sense. You know, I think I remember seeing a report about power problems on one of the upper floors. I bet it's related. See if you can get up there.
Come on in. Thanks for stopping by. What brings you in? No problem. Happy to serve. Be seeing you.
Huh. Well, isn't this a pleasant surprise? I hadn't expected to run into you again. Yes, well, you had already helped me establish that there is something unprecedented going on with this tree. There is growing concern. Oh my. A bit of an unintentional pun, isn't it? Well, concern that the data we gathered points to a definitive trend. The vibrations coming from this. Because we've never seen this before, not on this scale, we have absolutely no idea what the upper limit is. We don't know. It's imperceptible by normal human standards now, but given time. What? I am attempting to formulate one, yes. But until I have all of the there is data regarding other, younger members of the species. What? No, that is one of the other researchers in MAST, Emilio. He and I don't see eye to eye, and so far, I'm hoping that if someone else were to ask, he might be. He's held a grudge against me for years. It's petty, really. He wouldn't listen when I tried to explain. Oh, thank you.
Service with a smile.
Of all the assignments they could have given me. Could you stand a little to the left? I think you're blocking my readings. Trees. I see what's going on here. You're working with Kelton, aren't you? Nice try, but it's not happening. No. No way. Kelton is actively ruining my career. There's no chance that I'm helping him with anything. Whatever this thing is he's on about, he's just doing it to make himself look good with the higher-ups. I'm not helping him with that. Of course, we're all in danger. Trees are involved. He really... Okay, you know what? But I'm only going to do so after you've helped me secure a better position. Oh, don't worry. You're just going to erase some files for me. Make sure I look good next time. Wait, really? Wow. I've gotten a few bad performance evaluations in the last couple of years. I found a backdoor into the MAST network so I could make some changes to my personnel file. But it turns out that the only way to get access is from the terminal in her apartment. Sorry. If that's true, seems like a good reason to hold on to it until I've got what I need. There is, and I already from where I'm standing, kinda... It's not that I don't want to do the right thing. Okay, look. Just hear me out, all right? I really need this to happen. If you do this for me, I can make it worth your while. You delete that, I'll throw in some extra credits for you, okay? A nice little bonus. Fine, you win. And tell Kelton to stuff it.
I hope you have the data. Wonderful. I see you have the gift of the gab. I'm sorry if this was complicated. I'd prefer to remain unaware of the details in the event. And I suppose I'd better verify the data to make sure even you... But you have once again come through for me. I'm true. That is hardly reassuring. It is, in fact. Thank you for your...
I'm telling you, you should meet my cousin. She'd be perfect for you. Maybe.
Ah, if it isn't my favorite part, crime has slowed down since you started helping out, which is good for me. Yep. Something just came in. Scuffle over at the... Security on site handled it, but now one of them is... Problem is, he left without identifying the perp, so I need you to talk to Royce Elgin. Men like him aren't very generous. They want you to solve a case without ever having... Not that he'd be much of a witness, given that he was... Sorry, wrong word. Good. According to the patron, the ring is valuable, but if I... Normally, when someone loses a valuable keepsake, they're heartbroken. The way this guy... A restaurant over in the residential district. It's the kind of place where forks come in different sizes. It's a lot of work, as always. Well, safety... Take care.
People joke, say those are
All of our signature dishes are unique to the Roost. You won't find anything like them anywhere else.
A most unfortunate incident. Complicated. While I wasn't privy to the entire argument, Hugo and Octavio, so it was surprising to see them at each other's throats. I assume that would be the slender gentleman, Hugo Fournier. He was the one who excused himself after UC security. I believe he lives in Athena Tower, although he may be checking out.
Enjoy the rest of your day.
That liar, that manipulator, that... Yes, the man who... Wait, what? He's accusing me of theft? The nerve of that Lothario! 5 years we were together, half a decade! And he threw it all away for that waiter! He would say that, but as far as I'm concerned, it's my property. He gifted it to me when he proposed. It's not his to return. All right, but I'm leaving this city as soon as I can calm myself down. As soon as my assistant finishes packing my things, I'm taking the first tram to the spaceport. It was supposed to be a romantic dinner, our last before we pledged our lives to each other. But an hour before, I decided to do some cleaning to calm my nerves. I picked up a pair of pants he left on the floor, and out falls a napkin from the Dawn's Roost with a number written on the back. To think He had the audacity to schedule a date with me at the same restaurant? I was livid! Still, I went to the date and held it together just long enough for the waiter to serve us, then I went off! Not just dating, betrothed. And I have the engagement ring to prove it. No, there are some things in life that cannot be repaired. Cheating is his way of saying, I don't love you. And without love, what's the point? He would say that, but as far as I'm concerned, it's my property. He gifted it to me when he proposed. It's not his to return. I'm glad you could see reason. This ring is going to fund a very long vacation across the settled systems. Maybe I'll even take pictures.
Been up there, huh?
Officer? Ah, perfect. Did you manage to get the ring back? Ugh. Really? I should have known this was a waste of time the moment I laid eyes on that drunk. That's on me. Without saying names, there are some people in this city who treat us like their personal security service. But you know how it goes. Sometimes we protect, other times we serve. Either way, I'm still going to pay you for your time. Here, take this. It's well deserved.
Hope life is treating you well. Let me know if I can get you anything. Hey there. Always nice to see a new face. First time in New Atlantis? Oh boy. I didn't mean for you to take it personally. It's just something to say to customers. Break the ice. Know what I mean? Listen, you just relax. Make yourself comfortable. You're welcome to stay. That work for you, new girl? Let me know if there's anything I can get you. I hear there's some sort of citizens group trying to get the old Valroon embassy torn down. When I first heard about it, I thought it was a bit extreme, but really, would you want to move into that place? Me neither. And it's not like they're ever coming back. House Valroon, I mean? Well, at least not make nice and be all diplomatic. We all know how that went. I hear there's some sort of citizens group trying to get the old Valroon embassy torn down. When I first heard about it, I thought it was... And it's not like they're ever coming back. House Valroon, I mean? Well, at least not make nice. Yep. Spaceport traffic keeps me pretty. I've got something in the works that'll change You would love it, I guarantee. Only, I made a deal with a hauler to bring me some small samples of but it never showed up. Turns out the guy I hired was also hired by a few others. Security got wind, and the whole lot was impounded. Now they're just... I submitted all the paperwork, believe me. And really, I'm not even certain this is what I need to finish the recipe. I need to get my hands on... I really do. It's gonna keep... Before we say anything else, I am in no way asking you to do anything that might violate any... This is just one friend talking to another friend, asking if maybe... And if, hypothetically, that were done in a less than... You, Yeah, sure. Right. I can wait the 18 months until they release it. Probably. It'll be fine. Catch you later.
Howdy.
The data on this slate could very well... I couldn't have gotten this slate without your help. Thank you. I need some time to verify this data, to make sure Again, don't tell me how you got this slate from Emilio. Thank you again for getting the data from Emilio. It really can be a pain.
What can I help you with? Ready to head out there? Or did... We'll need to head to Mast. Check in with the Vanguard recruiting office where my contact worked. And listen, whatever you were before, or whatever you do once you're out there, I don't care. So long as you don't bring UC security to our doors. Every member of Constellation is their own conscience.
Still exist. I was trying to find out if there's any truth to it.
Good. Let's take a little stroll through New Atlantis, shall we?
Actuary. Now look at me.
Sarah, good to see you. Who's your friend?
Hopefully Constellation's newest member. Thought I'd run through some legwork together.
Another space explorer. Hey, you ever think of joining up with the Vanguard? Help the United Colonies, earn some credits, even get your UC citizenship? United Colonies volunteer fleet. Independent captains enlist, get to use their own ships, and the UC provides them with sustained work and credits. And put in your time, and you're guaranteed UC citizenship and everything that comes with it. Discounts on UC goods and medical services, chance to own a place in New Atlantis. Only way a foreign captain could even dream of seeing those sorts of benefits. So, you want in? All right. Can't blame me for trying, right? I mean, I still haven't given up on getting Sarah to re-enlist.
It's a game we play. He asks, I say no.
Here's what I got for you two. Vanguard volunteer by the name of Moira. Helps patrol the old neighborhood. Sol, Mars, Neptune, you know.
The Sol system? Which admiral did he upset to get that posting?
He's Martian, born and raised. Not like I can get anyone else to care. Word is he's got some fancy metal ornament he's been showing off to the old grounders. Matches that description Sarah gave me. Oh, he goes way back. I think he was recruit number 81 or something. You kidding? Lowest posting request rate in the whole fleet. Only thing there the UC cares about is Mars. And no one wants to go to Mars. They want to get off Mars. What? Nah. Sol system is as quiet as a coffin. It'll be fine.
That means it's not going to be fine.
I'm sure you two can handle it. Sol system is a lot of planets. But a vet like Moira will be checking in at Sidonia on the regular.
You mean hitting the bars, don't you, John?
Hey, nothing wrong with a little refresh between patrols. You'll have to ask him. But Vanguard volunteers have retrieval rights if they get into a scrap. Wouldn't be surprised if he found it off of a pirate or something like that. Yeah, bring a coloring book. You get so used to seeing red, you'll forget what blues and greens look like. Anything for Sarah. UC always takes care of its own. Even the prodigal children.
Oh, brother.
I'm serious about that recruitment offer, by the way. You just come talk to me when you're ready. UC is a good friend to have.
Been a long time since I've been to Mars. Sol system doesn't get a lot of traffic. No, it's fine. Go ahead. Exploration is my entire life. I consider it both a career and recreation. That being said, I will make a confession, but you have to promise to keep it between us. Before I graduated from school, I was in a band. And no, I don't mean the school band. I mean a rock band. We called ourselves Ironic Comet. A ridiculous name, I know. But, And before you ask, no, I wasn't the lead singer. The band never really went anywhere, of course, but those were good times, and... You mean, apart from being the chair of Constellation for the past... Well, let's see. I pride myself with my aptitude, and as far as planetary exploration, my area of expertise is botany. So, don't worry. My parents considered themselves to be enlightened, but their lives were so busy. By the time I was old enough to start questioning these things, the idea... It's not that I don't want to believe in anything. It's that my scientific mind, having been out there, in the Starfield, seeing all those I'm sorry if that disappoints you, but don't worry. While we're on this journey... Oh, okay then. Okay.
I'm gonna leave New York. Just for good.
I've flown across most of the settled systems in all manners of spacecraft, and yet I still get sick on the nat.
A diplomatic visa? You got to be kidding.
Go when you're ready to launch.
Sidonia is an industrial town. The people there tend to be concise. Bye-bye.
Escape rejected. Stay in orbit or jump. Your call. Good to go for landing.
Sidonia. Check your suit seals. Martian dust gets everywhere.
How can I be of service, Captain?
Mas e aí, compensa? Mid-5 figures.
5 figures? 5? Fine. Do it. I'll be at the bar. Find me when it's done.
We're on it, sir. Pass removal in progress. Watch your step.
Building Sidonia completely underground was a clever way of keeping the city shielded from the harsh Martian landscape. Down near the mines and enter any active sites at your own risk.
If you see any trouble, you let us know.
The UC Exchange is a great place to buy your weapons. Just make sure to keep them holstered at all times.
Keep on the straight and narrow. There won't be anything to worry about.
Welcome to Sidonia Security. I'm Commander Vincent Woodard, Chief of Planetary Security and former head of the Red Devils program here on Mars. I tend to deal with security at a high governmental level, whereas my associate Booth over there handles day-to-day security issues. So if you're looking to report a minor crime or misdemeanor, see him. But if there's something I can help you with, feel free to ask. Only the finest bunch of soldiers to ever grace the UC with their service. Of course, former, I should say. Program's been defunct since I fought to keep them operational here, but the top brass concluded that without their unique... Still do, technically. I'm a naval commander, but they've got me here pushed. I pull double duty, aiding in recruitment and serving as the Sidonia. If you ask me, though, nothing's been the same. Oh, the God. It's been about 20 years, but every time a new recruit crosses my I'd give my left thumb to recruit fresh devils again. But it'd take nothing short. It's small, it's dusty, it may not be anything fancy, but I couldn't dream. Bye for now.
Always nice to kick back at the broken...
Sergeant Booth at your service. If you have a security... Well, it ain't drugs if that's what you're worried about. You'll notice it happens to minors and anyone... Nothing to worry about any more than anyone else around here. Used to be a sign someone was ready for the Red Devils. They ain't as badass as they think they are. And any of that... Not if I've got anything to say about it. For real, though. I don't know if it's because everyone's too busy working, or if it's because of the military. We get the occasional drunken brawls, petty thefts and stuff, but... As much as someone's last name is a nickname. Friends, acquaintances, and other love. Don't let me keep you.
Crime's at an all-time low around Sidonia. Let's keep it that way.
Sorry. What do you mean there's no work?
Yeah, do you have any idea how far we've traveled? How much money we spent to hitch a ride to this dusty red... We were told there were jobs.
Look, I get it. But we just filled our last openings. I think we have a couple contracts ending at the end of next month. You got the look of a miner about you. Maybe when the new contracts finally open up, you'll give it a go.
Welcome. Nice to meet you. Name's Trevor, mining director for the Deimos Mining. I could spare a minute or two to chat. Oh, that! Oh, nothing to worry about. We do fracking on Mars with subterranean particle detonations. Those announcements are just to let people know when... Now, you probably felt the rumble when the detonations actually go off. That's all it is. Basically, it's high-tech mining. We use immensely powerful controlled particle detonations deep underground to loosen up some... Sounds way more dangerous than it is. Probably. Oh, come on, mate. It's perfectly safe. We're miles away, so all we get is a little jiggle now and again. Yep, that's me. Joined up with Deimos when I was just 17 as a mining gopher. Go for this. I worked hard, proved myself capable, and got the promotion to mining director. Some of the older guys resent me, but I give everyone a lot of leeway, as long as they... Not so bad for one of the oldest mines in the settled systems. We struggle with the lack of decent equipment, but we work. As I'm sure you know, we're responsible for supplying resources to Deimos Star Yards, which in turn is responsible for supplying UC naval vessels. That, among other major projects, makes us one of the United Colonies. The prestige and pay that comes with it almost makes up for being stationed at the arse end of the settled system. AORUS, huh? Yeah, I've heard of them. That's great. Unless... maybe you could help me out with a job. Ah, on the straight and narrow, huh?
Careful near the railings.
Look at this place. I can't imagine being cramped down here, choking on the fumes and the dust. No trees, no grass. It's depressing.
I swear that warning klaxon still...
Take your time, and ask me if you need anything. Yo, hey, what's up? I'm Manaki. Feel free to ask me anything. Yo! This dude came in once trying to... It was still alive. He had it in this big plastic bag full of water. I was trying to tell him I didn't know if we took in things like that, but then my boss came over and told me we... Man, what a pain in the ass. Oh man, no, I'm still new. We're like this huge network of shipping and trade throughout the known universe. Everyone. Free stars, UC. Yo. I wouldn't be surprised if they pay my salary. So as far as... Cool. Let's... Man, sorry, I can't really say that. Really, they told... All I know is that we're running a business here, and I was told to take it... And listen, I'm not gonna work. Sounds like a plan. See you around.
My buddy buddy Mitch keeps asking if I can help him out with something, but
I'm here to help if you need anything. Hello, do you have business with Governor Hurst? I see. Well, luckily, Governor Hurst enjoys visitors. You're very welcome.
You simply won't find a politician who works harder for his people than I do. Ah, hello. Welcome. I don't usually have to... What can I do for you? I can answer your general question. Sorry. But it's my strict policy that I only speak with select members of the press. I'm glad you understand. You never know who's out to right. Of course, if you just want to chat about what makes Sidonia... Considering I don't really know you, I'm not sure how to answer that. If you have mining experience, you may wish to... Or maybe check... If those aren't your speed, then there are a number... Well, I've been appointed every day. I look out for their interests, if you ask me. You mean besides being the most important city of industry to our Well, this is the home of Deimos Star Yards, which perfected grav drive technology and made honest-to-goodness space travel truly possible. And to this day, our mines and manufacturing are instrumental in delivering resources We may not outshine fancier cities like New Atlantis on its surface, but without... Sidonia is not much of a tourist destination, unless you're interested. But if you're not here for work, and you're looking to kill some time, I'm, beautiful scenery. Assuming, if you're looking to kick back after that and experience Martian nightlife, enjoy Sidonia.
Sidonia City Security is here to keep you safe. If you see something suspicious, please don't hesitate to...
The community center on P1 is a good place to connect with others, or fulfill...
Did you know Deimos makes the majority of the ships for the UC Navy? If you ask me, that's a hell of a lucrative contract.
I'm a bit busy at the moment. Lots of business operations to operate and all that.
No, sir. I am a psychologist. Same as last time you asked.
Sometimes I feel like these minds just run themselves.
While I may technically work in HR, Tia's really the one to see for any work concerns.
Say, I could really use some help with my computer terminal.
You know I'm not your assistant, right?
Mining must be a fun job, or else why would we keep getting so many applicants? Wait, you're not? I could have sworn...
No, sir.
At least I've got more than enough work to complete before I can go home. I haven't had a day off in 3 years, and I broke the damn time off policy. There's always something to do around here.
It's amazing how smoothly our mining operations run with me in charge. I can't recall the last time we've had any major issues.
Hello there. Do I know you? Ah. I'm Leona Hawks, Deimos Staryard's corporate liaison. Anyone who deals with our office. We've been contracted with the UC for decades to provide... It makes sense that they trust us, as Deimos is the old... We were responsible for some of the major advancements. I coordinate between Deimos Corporate and the other. Deimos Staryards Corporation is a complex... My job is to make sure those are all in alignment. Bye then.
Do you? It's amazing how smoothly our mining must be a fun job. Or else why would we keep getting so many applicants? I'm a bit busy at the moment. Lots of business operations to operate and all that.
Ever easy here. There's never a slow day. If you need a little, touch up, I'm happy to help. You'd be surprised, I think. There are many dangerous jobs on Mars. Therefore, it stands to reason there is a lot of reconstruction. The work being done here at this enhanced branch may not be. Certainly. Let's... Stay well.
Live where you work. Tired of commuting from distances.
Cydonia can have a depressing effect.
Available to rent.
What's up?
I heard they found another new freshwater deposit in one of the mines. So much better than paying those ridiculous import prices.
He ain't been around. Went off on patrol. Hasn't been back in since. We're starting to... Got another word for it?
He means outer space.
Ma'am. Believe me, I've heard it. After about round 3 or 4 was all he would talk about. Look, nothing more I'd love than to help out a fellow Martian.
He has a tab, and you don't know if he's coming back.
It's a lot of credits, okay? I let it slide for a long time because he's a regular, but if I'm out all that... Come on. Life on Sidonia ain't hard enough. You get a guilt trip. Yeah, I get your point. I want him found. I do. All right, I give up. Just trying to earn a living. Last time he was here, Moera kept yelling about the Lady of Love. Singing songs.
Venus? That's only one planet. Hardly an entire patrol route.
I got what I got, okay?
Fine. We'll make do.
Graffiti and other street art is not tolerated for Sidonia City Ordinance
To Venus?
582. Failure to comply with this ordinance will result in
Maybe another time.
exceeding 5,000 credits for a 100-hour city service.
Ever been to Aquila? Head to my crew position. Hello, what do we have here? See that cluster of ships? Varun Zealots. You ever run into one? Completely devoted to a deity they call the Great Serpent. The devourer of the unbelievers. I'll let you guess what happens if they spot us. No other ship readings in the area. And I doubt they'd be so calm if a vanguard had flown by recently. No idea. They appear and attack people seemingly at random. House Varun technically has diplomatic ties to the other factions, but the Zealots are outside of their control. Or so they say. No, but I think I see something else that might. There's a UC satellite beacon hovering distressingly close to those Varun ships. If we can get close enough to it, we could download its logs and figure out where our vanguard was heading to next. Exactly. Minimal ship power, go slow. We grab the data on that satellite and jump away. may walk in Janan Verun's footsteps. That he jumped from the Sol system out into the beyond and touched your magnificence. That he learned the truth of the shrouding, the coming eternal embrace. That you will reward the promised and cast the accursed into shadow. Yard, still orbiting Earth's moon. This is where the first interstellar ships were made. People still use their modules, even though their star yard hasn't been running in forever. It's all ancient history now, but the Earth lost its atmosphere. It started sputtering out into space. Humanity had about 50 years to evacuate the planet. That's kind of how the United Colonies government started, managing the exodus. Earth is more or less a dust ball now. You can occasionally find a few remnants of the world we left behind on the surface, but not much. Well, if you want to take a little detour, I admit I wouldn't say no. Just remember, we need to find Vanguard Moara and that artifact when we're done.